And so thank you. Welcome everyone to our today's event. We will be speaking about AI agents and how we are able to implement the AI for the city of Frisco. My name is Sami Chesire and I'll be your moderator for the event. I'm now going to introduce my other speakers in the event, and we have Malvin Awor, who is a data and AI engineer here at Hamley, and we also have Edgar Makochen, who is also a data and AI engineer here at Hamley. Both Malvin and Malvin and Edgar have a wealth of experience in building AI agents, and they're going to showcase how they were able to perform this for the city of Frisco. So before we dive into our topic of the day, I'll first like to take a brief moment to tell you about who we are and what we do here at Amli. And so Amli is a leading global consulting firm with a presence here in the United States. And with our magazine Beyond Imagination, we go above and beyond to provide a service that is exceptional and memorable to our customers. So we have more than 50 years of leadership experience, and here at Amli, our team is highly skilled and certified to provide comprehensive data and AI solutions to all our customers. And now to what we do, we are your one-stop shop for everything that concerns data, and that spans the fields of data, strategy and governance, advanced analytics, AI and machine learning, data engineering and integrations, and that is not limited to also creating data pipelines and also that digital transformation. One thing to note about us is that we are vendor agnostic, and that means we are not tied to any product, vendor, or platform. So we have partnered with major data organizations, including Microsoft, Snowflake, and Databricks. And so that means we really work to find the best solution for your business, and that enables us to focus on the best interests. So together, let us navigate the complexities of technology and find the right solutions for your business. And now to our main event and our main topic of the day. We are going to look at AI agents and how we are able to transform the city of Frisco using AI agents. And so as we begin, I'd like to give you a brief scenario of a normal day and what happens at the city of Frisco. So we have Sarah, who is an employee at the city of Frisco, and Sarah comes in to work on a busy Monday morning. So as soon as Sarah is seated on her desk, she first logs into a personalized AI assistant, and she is able to see a tailored overview of the tasks that she has to do for the day. Another thing that Sarah's personal assistant is also able to provide her with is that she's able to view all the citizen inquiries from all over the city of Frisco. She's also able to make inquiries from her colleagues about the project updates that are ongoing, and she's also able to get a report on her last week's pending task and what she needs to focus before she begins her day. Even before Sarah is able to embark on any activity, a call comes through, and this call comes from Mr. Johnson. So Mr. Johnson is a resident of the city of Frisco, and he is concerned that there may be a water leak in his neighborhood. So Sarah, through a simple search on a personalized AI assistant, is able to pull data about Mr. Johnson's neighborhood. So she's able, number one, to get an overview of the maintenance history that has been happening in Mr. Johnson's neighborhood. She's also able to get an overview of the crew that is working on Mr. Johnson's neighborhood today. And as also she's doing a search, she gets information that there is a team that is on the ground that is working on a road repair, and they were able to tamper with the water pipes, and that was the reason for the water leak. So within seconds, Sarah is able to tell Mr. Johnson about the issue, and that he tells him that there is a team on the ground and that they are working on repairing the water leak. So as soon as she ends the call, Sarah's personalized assistant is able to create a ticket, and this ticket is used to track the progress of the water leak repairs that are ongoing. And by the end of the day, Sarah will be able to get back to Mr. Johnson and let him know that the water leak has been repaired. So what does this brief story tell us about AI agents? And number one, we want to look at is personalization. So this AI agent is personalized not only for Sarah, but also for our colleagues as well. And we can see that Sarah is able to get a brief overview of the tasks that she has to do for the day. Number two is collaboration. And we can see that the AI agent is not only a tool that Sarah is using, it's also collaborative in that it is able to it's able to work as Sarah's personal assistant and is able to pull data about Mr. Johnson's neighborhood. We can also see that Sarah can be able to get project updates from her colleagues all through just a simple search and a simple request from a personalized AI agent. And she also has real access to data, and we can see that she was able to find out that there was a team that was working on the ground and that they were able to tamper with the waters, and this she was able to pass on this information to Mr. Johnson. And also, there is a concern about the issue of security, and this is something that we're going to look in a bit. And so I want to welcome our first speaker, who is Malvin, and he's going to tell us about Copilot versus AI agents. Welcome, Malvin.
Okay, thank you, Sami, for the introduction. And again, I'm going to talk about Copilot versus AI agent. I'm also going to use the same case scenario. So we are going to use Sarah. Imagine Sarah goes to SharePoint to search for that particular information for the root cause of the water leakage. And she go ahead and uses traditional search, which is very limited in capacity. So you find that with the use of traditional search, Sarah is not able, or the search service not able to get the intent of Sarah on whatever the information she's requesting. You also understand that by doing this, Sarah will take much time when searching this information because we have a lot of document library, for example, in SharePoint. So finding the right decision by using traditional search, it can become tiresome, it can become cumbersome for Sarah. So you find that she won't be able to get the correct information or answer to the problem or solution to the problem in time. So in this regard, you find that Sarah's problem is now being solved by using AI agent, uh, simply because AI agent is able to answer Sarah's question not only by using search or keywords, but Sarah will just give it a prompt using natural language. So that is where natural language processing is coming to be, and making the entire conversation interactive. You also find that this agent is not only able to understand Sarah's intent, but again, it will assist Sarah in making informed decisions. So this now where the difference is derived. So I want you to imagine that everyone has ever interacted with Copilot. An example of Copilot maybe for Microsoft Edge. So for Copilot in Microsoft Edge, it's just tailored towards assisting you in searching through the web, and it's accessible by everybody. But you find that for AI agent, it is for a specific person or an organization. And this one, the real difference is coming to being since AI agent, you are giving it your own data. But for Copilot, the data it's publicly available. For example, the one for Edge, the same Copilot for Edge I'm using is the same one you're using. So that's the key difference between the two. Okay, after that, we are going to shift gears so that we talk about advantages of using AI agents. So for the first one, it is customizable knowledge base. So that means that organization internal data uh, are relevant in kind of the responses which they are going to give. And it is not limited to a certain document library. For example, you find that if the City of Frisco want to exclude a certain document library so that the information contained there is not exposed to certain departments. So you have that particular liberty of making that AI agent customizable and personalized in such a way that it will only be using the data which you've given it, or it will be indexing the data which you gave it. And again, the next one will be enhanced user experience. Since using an AI agent, it will be a conversation or one-on-one conversation, which is very interactive, as opposed to writing complex commands. So you do not need to worry about writing complex commands. You do not need to worry about using key terms or such for that case. So what you need, you just write using natural language. It will be English. Then the AI agent will be able to translate that and give you relevant responses. The third one will be efficiency gain. So you find that when Sarah now using AI agent, she saves a lot of time accessing the information and giving timely feedback. And again, you find that this will improve the entire process by helping Sarah to quickly make decision. And this is also essential in collaboration. The last one will be on feature-ready workforce. So this will empower every employee to have a personalized AI assistant. So again, I'm going to talk about use cases. So one of the use case will be project management. You'll find that, for example, Sarah can get insight from maybe the pending tasks she has. She also will be able to know the status of the task, whether they are due or whether they have been solved. And she also able to get task reminders. Uh, on human resource, this will be very essential in the recruitment process where we are in recruiting new employees in maybe in the city of Frisco. So it will be able to shortlist candidates based on certain criteria or maybe certain requirement in regard to the job position in question. So when we come to customer support, which this will be essential in answering questions, for example, frequently asked questions, and this will also eliminate the repetitive tasks because we know that AI cannot get tired of answering the same question over and over again. In IT support, it will also be able to provide procedure on computer diagnostics and for example, can also be used for threat detection. So it will be able to give you feedback on maybe some kind of activity or suspicious activity happening maybe in your environment. So that's very essential when it comes to IT support. Then in sales and marketing, it provides information on sales. We can also do forecasting to predict the sales pattern, and we can also be able to know maybe what are we supposed to improve on as far as our sales and marketing is concerned. So it's not only able to give us sales forecasting, but again, it's able to advise us, maybe for an example, a product which is not doing well on what we need to do, whether to eliminate it or maybe advance it. So I'll take it back. So I'm going to go to the next one, which is types of AI agents. So we do have three types of AI agents. We have retrieval, task, and autonomous. So from retrieval, as the name suggests, this is basically for retrieving information. So where you just give it a prompt and it will be able to give you information and summarize it. Uh, for the task one, as also the name suggests, it will be able to automate task, the repetitive task, and again automate workflows. And in this regard, we can use tools like Power Platform or Power Automate to automate certain tasks. Uh, for autonomous, it is independent, and we can also use it to orchestrate other agents. And you find that it is able to learn and escalate issues. For example, when an human intervention is required, the AI agent will be able to escalate it to a human so that the human can respond to that query. Okay, so I'm going to take it back to the moderator to continue from there.
Okay, thanks a lot, Malvin, for that insightful session and that you have shown us about the different types of AI agents that we have and the differences between the Copilot and the AI agents. Now I'd like to pass it over to our next speaker, Edgar, who will give us the practical aspect of how all this comes together in Sarah's case. So welcome, Edgar.
Yes, thank you so much, Sammy, for this opportunity. To pick up from where Malvin left, Malvin has talked about the different types of agents. So we have retrieval agents. So retrieval are used to get information, summarize documents, and so on and so forth. Then when we talk about tasks, this is where like project management comes in. You can get the number of tasks you have, you can automate your workflows. And yeah, when you talk about autonomous, this is where Copilot can do its work automatically without the need of human interventions. So when I pull my screen up, hope you can see my screen. So I'm going to give you a basic overview of how Copilot looks. So this is the first overview. Uh, in Copilot Studio, this is simply a low-code, no-code environment where you can just create your bot from a description and create your agent based on what you actually want. And you can give it the name, the details, the logo. And this is where prompt engineering comes in. Prompt engineering is so important because it's it it makes the bot like behave in a certain way. You can instruct your bot to like respond to messages in a particular order. So prompt engineering, you give your agents instructions. Then when you go to orchestrations, this is where you enable AI integration to your chatbot. So it will be able to like go through your knowledge base and generate information based on that knowledge base. Uh, then from knowledge, you can add knowledge which you want to ground your bot. Then actions. Actions helps to like improve your agentic capabilities. When we go to knowledge, so you're able to connect to your enterprise connection. So this you can include your public websites, you can include your SharePoint site for internal documents. You can also include Dataverse. So we have also enterprise data connections such as Azure AI Search, Azure SQL, sorry, and Zendesk. When we go to topics helps you to direct the bot of how it will going to answer your queries from conversation starter. Yep. Then I talked about actions. Actions helps you to actually uh, enable your agent to perform more activities. So when we go to analytics, you can be able to see like how your bot is being used, or how many users are using it. Yeah. Then channels includes where you're going to like publish your bot. So you may publish your agent to Microsoft Team, demo website, Slack, and yeah. So I'll go ahead I'll restart this. And when I talk about personalization, you can see when I start my bot, this is a test site where when I start the bot, you can be able to see like it's able to identify me. Like you can see, hi Edgar, how can I help you today? So I'll just start with a simple hello. So this is the activity map. You can see it has connected to my topic, which is greeting, and it has responded to me. Sorry. So I'll start with a simple question like what? So with this, I'm showing the connector. So it's able to like connect to my task, my Microsoft Planner. And as you can see, my task for today, I have this agent demo. After this call, I have to do weekly sync here. So actions help to like, they help uh, to, oh, sorry, they help to, oh, sorry about that. So when we talk about Sarah, the Copilot agent can be actually able to like see what Sarah's tasks are. So I can do a quick demo on what is Sarah. So with this, it will be able to go to the knowledge base, pick Sarah's task, and show me what she's currently working on. So you can see Sarah needs to reply to 12 citizens. He has to project some project updates, and we want to know like where is Mr. Johnson? So this basically is about retrieval. It's able to go to my knowledge base and pick all the documents from here. The next part I want to showcase to you the autonomous piece. So with autonomous, I'll bring my email over here and I'll go to compose. Hope you can be able to see my screen. So I'll test myself. So subject. So I'll send an email to myself and this will take about 3 minutes. So basically this will work automatically. So when our citizens ask for help to the City of Frisco, it will be able to reply to the email automatically. So this goes to the actions. So with the action, I connected it to my email where when a new email arrives, I can see an email has already arrived. When a new email arrives, it's able to respond to it automatically. So as you can see, here's a new email and let's see if it has been able to respond. Yeah, you can see it responded automatically on that. So yeah, so that was the autonomous part. So imagine this, Sarah has a lot of emails. She doesn't need to go and check each particular email and see what the customers are saying. We grounded the knowledge base with all information from the city's website, from internal documents, and it's able to now ground and generate information. So with this, it's able to give up-to-date information on where the roadworks are, on where yeah. So let me give it back to Sammy.
Okay, thank you, Edgar, for really showing us the practical aspect of things, how Sarah is able to get access to all this data in personalized AI agent. So I'd like to take it back to Edgar to really tell us about now, if we have security concerns for our data, how do we handle these security concerns, and how are our AI agents able to ensure that our data is secure? So back to you, Edgar.
Yes, thank you, Sammy, for that. So security concern is important because most organizations are talking about their security. Like, is my data protected? Is the AI going to train on my data? So with this, we are assure you that your all your data is secure, and Microsoft Copilot has a rich ecosystem of connectors. So we have Microsoft Entra ID, which helps to connect the two pieces. So the first thing I'm going to talk actually is on data residency. And on that data residency, all your data stay within your organization because from your SharePoint library, it connects directly to our agent through Microsoft Entra ID. The next thing I'm going to talk actually is about data loss prevention. So with data loss prevention, we have admins who have full visibility and can make audit logs using Microsoft Purview. In Microsoft Purview, the admin can manage all the data that are in our environment. And the next one is about sensitivity labels. With the Microsoft, we have Graph APIs, and Graph APIs are able to connect from our SharePoint to our Office suite to our Teams. So they will respect sensitivity levels. So I want to give a quick demo on how sensitivity levels will be applied. So to talk about security, we'll go over to settings, and we have here advanced settings. So there are three ways we can, sorry, our security, sorry. So there are three ways we can be able to authenticate our website. The first one is no authentication. So when we put no authentication, this means that our bots, these are actually the bots that we can put on our website where we don't want to leak our information to the public. So when we use when we authenticate with Microsoft, this will use actually entry authentication, which will be available in Teams, in the Power Platform, and Microsoft 365 Copilot. And for manual, this when we use manual, this will enable us to make the users to log in order to use our Copilot. So to demonstrate security sensitivity levels, I have connected as you can see over on my knowledge base, I have connected a test SharePoint document. So these are sample documents that are AI generated. They're not real because they're for demo purposes. So we have here a document for which contains all the information about the City of Frisco employees. So this is only for demo purposes. No information here is correct. So I want to see if it will be able to pick this information and reply back to our clients. So I'll ask a personal question like how much. So with this, you can see there's an error message. We said that content is filtered due to responsible AI restriction. So it was able to respect my sensitivity level. And as you can see here, when I scroll down on this particular document, you can see that I have all the salary information of all employees. The next thing I'm going to talk about security. You are able to manage your app. So we have when an engineer finish deploying the code, he or she can publish the app to the Teams admin, who will edit the availability. So we have three ways of editing the availability. We can make the Copilot be available to everyone. The next one, we can restrict the Copilot to be used with a specific group. Let's say that Copilot, we only want it to be used by the HR department, or you only want to test it. So those are the three ways you can edit the availability. You can edit the permissions of how that Copilot is going to be used. The next thing is about security and compliance. So with security, it uses Microsoft Security Compliance. The next thing is the developer portal. So with developer portal, it's going to help you brand the agent. You can show it, you can put the logo, how it's going to appear on everyone. You can give it the basic information, you can give it permission, you can give it whether you want the users to authenticate with it, and you can also see the analytics on it. Yes. So let me take it over back to Sunny.
Okay, thank you, Edgar, for really taking time to show us that our data is actually very secure and that we are able to have controls for our data. And so this is just the story of how AI agents are not just tools, but they are really transformative tools. And we can see how transformative they are, not just for the employees of the City of Frisco, but to also the residents of the City of Frisco. And so thanks, Edgar, for really taking time to show us those concerns. And at this point, I want to just welcome our speakers for a brief panel discussion and to discuss the different types of tools that we have at our disposal. And sometimes we find that it is hard for us to get to choose the right solution for either our personal use or our business. And so I'd like to welcome our speakers for a brief panel discussion regarding this matter. And first of all, I'd like to ask Malvin. So Malvin, can you please give us a brief discussion of the key differences between Copilot Studio, Microsoft 365 licenses, and custom development with Copilot, and then you may give us some few use cases of these tools. Welcome, Malvin.
Thank you, Sammy, once more for the opportunity. So I'm going to bring to your attention the key differences between Copilot Studio, Microsoft 365 licenses, and the custom development license. I'm going to start with the custom development. So for custom development, it means that when getting this license, you need to write or you need to have programming skills. So in this regard, you have to start everything from scratch. You have to create your boards using text editors, for example, VS Code, and tools such as Teams Toolkit, which will aid you in the whole process on how you can create it, deploy, and publish your board. So just a quick way of how you can do that. I'm just going to share my screen. Okay, I hope you can see my screen. Okay, for example, I'm in VS Code. So you see here, you need to create everything from scratch, configuration from your environment variables. So all this, you are going to set them up from scratch, and this one will be aided by a Teams Toolkit, which will help you to ease in the process of provision, deployment, and publishing. So once you are able to do and test your bot, you will get an interface like this one, which will be essential when testing your bot. So an example, this one will be for testing purposes under your local host environment. Once you've configured every environment, you can go ahead and test it here and see whether it's working as desired. So for this one, I haven't connected it or configured the environments, but this is how the licensing for custom development, the whole process works. So I'm going to go to the next one about Copilot Studio, and Edgar was showing Copilot Studio in the previous demo. So in Copilot Studio licensing, we use low code or no code. So it means that you do not have to be a programmer in order to use this. It doesn't mean that you must have a vast knowledge on programming languages. So in this regard, I'm also going to just briefly show you Copilot Studio, how it looks. So this is an overview. We have knowledge where we can connect it to our knowledge base, where our document lies could be SharePoint. We have topics, which Edgar talked about, and we also have actions. Then once you've done all these processes, you can go ahead and test it by giving it a simple prompt. It could be a hello, or maybe see whether it's working as desired, or answering question from your document. So you find that again, this one, the license, the amount you're going to pay at the end of the month will be dependent on the storage. And again, it will be dependent. For example, if you connected your agent with Azure OpenAI, it will be dependent on the number of tokens which have been used for a given period of time. The same will go for custom development. Once you are using those APIs, it will also be dependent on the number of tokens which are being transferred in that case. So the last one which I'm going to talk about will be Microsoft 365. So for Microsoft 365 license, it means that we have Copilot in different platforms. So we have Copilot in Teams, we have Copilot in GitHub, where it will assist developers in creating repositories. It will assist developers when they want maybe to connect a repository with a hosting service provider. And again, we do have Copilot for Power Platform. So which will be essential. For example, in Power Automate, I'm going to show one in Power Automate. So in Power Automate, these are simple flow. And for example, when you are experiencing an error and you are figuring out how to go about this error, you can simply ask the Copilot here to help you go about that particular error by giving it simple prompt. So this one, it's basically meant to assist you in your flow, creating flows, giving you maybe insights on how you can go about your errors. This one for Microsoft 365 license, they are mainly for productivity. You find that once when you are stuck somewhere, it will be able to assist you, and you find that you will not be stuck because once it assists you, you find the task will be in a continuous process. So in licensing, in this regard, it include E3, E5, or basic premium license. We also have free licensing, which I know Edgar is going to talk about it in much more details. So again, just other example of copilots. We do have one for Power BI, and this one will help in creating of reports. We also have a Copilot for Microsoft 365, for example, Office 365, sorry. For example, we have Word, which will help you to generate content and so on and so forth. So I'm going to take it back to Sami to continue from there.
Okay, thanks a lot, Malvin, for showing us the key differences between Microsoft 365 licenses, Copilot, and custom development with Microsoft Copilot. And you have touched on a very important point there about licensing. And so sometimes licensing can be overwhelming. We don't know really what types of licenses do we need for a business, and what are some of the key considerations that we need to have in terms of licensing. And so these are questions to Edgar. Edgar, could you please tell us what are some of the key considerations that we need to have in order to navigate the licenses for Microsoft 365, Copilot, and custom development? Welcome, Edgar.
Yes, thank you again, Sammy. And I don't know about you, but have you guys been feeling like Microsoft has been giving out Copilot like candy? Like we all have this Copilot, and many people don't know which Copilot to use for what purpose. And thank you, Malvid, for that quick overview. So I hope you can see my screen. Actually, last week we had Microsoft unveil this new feature. So it's a Microsoft 365 Copilot for chat. And the reason it came up with this is quite because Microsoft 365 Copilot was not available for test actually. So Copilot Studio, one was able to test it before he or she could purchase, and the license for that was around $200 per month. So with the Microsoft 365 chat, you are now able to use the chat for free. And there's a catch on this. So for you to use for free, it means you're going to use that Copilot for personal use. And when you want to now connect it to your enterprise connection, such as SharePoint, such as your database, now you'll go to pay as you go agents. The next one is the M365 Copilot. Now, this is the bread to the butter. So Microsoft 365 has the $30 per user per month, and for an enterprise, it goes for around $300. With this, you're able now to access all the Microsoft 365 tools. You can connect to SharePoint, you can connect to your Teams, you can connect to your Office 365, sorry, and they have a graph connector. So with graph connectors, it means that your data are very secure. And let me showcase this screen in a moment. I'll go to M365. So with this, uh, most customers were concerned about if the Copilot was training their model. And when you go to this, you can see Microsoft enabled the enterprise data connection. You have two options with this: the M365 Copilot for personal use, which you can use for free. And when you want now to connect to your agents, you will now need to incorporate the Microsoft 365. Uh, we have the chat and the office insert. Sorry, it's hard to, you can easily confuse about that. When we go to next, let me go to this screenshot. So these are the major components. So you have the ability for chat, and with chat, you are given, this is the public preview, which you can use for free. You are given as a free secure chat with GPT 4.0. With this, you are able to like use AI to think and collaborate. You can collaborate with your colleagues to work on a particular project. The next one is agents. So with agents, you are able to build personalized agents for your organization. The next thing that it's given is the IT control. You are able to manage the bot, who is going to use the bot, the uh, the logs. You can be able to see the logs, and the next one you can be able to see like yeah, you are able to access the Copilot chat. When you get the lenses, you are able to get Copilot in all your M365 apps. And to finish up, I'm going to showcase to you how us at Amly we implemented the Copilot. So at Amly, actually, we have the Mela AI, and this is the outcome of the Copilot agent. So I'll start by a simple hello. So you can see it's able to know me also, and I'll talk to it like I'm talking to a human being. So with this, it's also connected to our knowledge base. It knows every information about me as Edgar, and it also has an enterprise connection like a Microsoft Planner. So with this, it's going to go check on my planner, see what I have today, and give me a detailed overview about that. So you can see these are all my tasks, and yeah, it's pulled a lot. So yeah, so with Copilot, it's like lifting all my work. It's doing my work for me. So you saw that it was able to check my emails, respond to my emails. It's able to like give me a quick overview. And let's say, for instance, I forgot how to troubleshoot something. I can simply ask if so. It will also help me to remind how some processes are done. Yeah. So basically, this what the personal agent does for an organization. And let me take it over back to Sunny.
Okay, thank you, Edgar, for really showing us how to navigate the licensing for Microsoft 365, Copilot, Studio, and the custom development. And really, that's a number of tasks you have there, but I'm sure Mela will assist you to really go through a lot of them. And so thank you to our speakers for that insightful session. I hope also our audience has been able to get insights and learn about how we were able to transform the city of Frisco using our AI agents. And at this point, I'd like to welcome questions from our audience. And if you are able to unmute and speak, you can raise your hand, and then I'll be able to give you the opportunity. And if not, you can just put your question in the chat, and we'll be able to answer it. So welcome for our Q&A session. And so as we continue preparing our questions, I also have a question for our audience, and I'd like to ask you, if you are to build your own Copilot AI agent, what would you want it to do for you? And you can put also your answers on the chat. So thank you. In case you have any follow-up questions, you can reach out to us via our website or our social media platforms. and be on the lookout for our next event. Thank you all. See you again.